Good morning, guys. What's been going on? I know it's been quite a while since we've made a video. I've just been doing other stuff lately. I figure I'll bring you in on one of our Saturdays. Behold the shred shed. So, the shred shed is obviously a shed full of bikes. See, lately Hunter has gotten back into BMX racing. And with that, every Saturday, we've been getting up super early. He actually should be getting up. He's got to leave like now. And been going to a skate park. Now the skate park has a pump track so he can practice on, the pumping and the turning and, all the racy type stuff. And then I take my bike that conveniently came with the house, which was awesome, and just try to be young again. So, see what I can try and learn today. Well, luckily we didn't get very far, because that didn't fucking hold. Even though it pulled up on it and tested it. But apparently it can wiggle itself loose. So, not thrilled on that. Alright, well luckily, we're in the Durango and not the Jeep, so it can sit in the back seat. Because that never would have worked in the Jeep. It's also a way smaller bike than mine. Yeah, so note to self, the bike rack that I like is only good for freestyle BMX bikes and mountain bikes. Definitely have to get a different rack for the race bikes. That sucks. Alright, here's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
You're gonna do a full lap.
Okay.
And then you're gonna come around here, make your way up over, and then we're gonna do a sprint around the basketball court.
Okay.
And then we're gonna end back at the tables.
Okay, that sounds easy enough.
Nice. Well, things didn't quite go as planned yesterday. We ended up in the hospital for a little while. Everyone's alright. But let's kind of get into that. Alright, well, yesterday morning the plan was to get up at like 5, leave the house about 5:30, get to the track or the skate park about 6, right? Park opens at 6. It's hot here in Arizona, so the sun comes up about 5:30. So we'd be getting there before it's too hot. As a matter of fact, I had a flannel on yesterday morning before we left because it was still kind of chilly outside. It's kind of nice. We ended up getting there about 7, so an hour after, but the skate park was already not packed, but it was not empty either. And this is a smaller park. So, I mean, like, 3-4 people, it's already kinda, busy for how small this park is. But it is the closest one with a pump track for Hunter to ride at. And, just a nice park. So, Hunter's doing his thing on the pump track, and I mean, he's making great, improvements. Like, this is gonna be the second time really riding his new bike. He's getting used to it. He's getting, everything down. He's able to actually get proper pumps and stuff because it's a bike that actually fits him, not a big freestyle BMX bike. So everything was doing good. He was pumping really good. And before, if I ever followed him on the pump track, I'm spending more time keeping my speed down than I am, trying to keep up with him, so that I don't hit him. And this time, I didn't really have to do that much. There was a couple times I had to slow down a little bit or whatever, but for the most part, I can kind of just cruise through it. Like, I couldn't, speed through it. I wasn't struggling to keep up with him, but I also wasn't struggling to hit him, so that was a great improvement. And then one of the other things that he's been struggling with on the track is pedaling fast. A lot of his pedals are just kind of casual, like, ride your bike around the neighborhood, just slowly, dilly-dally, take your time. He didn't realize that there's a different way to pedal or that you would go faster. So we went over to the basketball court and, I was showing him that, showing him the different, techniques and whatever, and after about 5-10 minutes, he got that down. Or that we're going around the outside of the basketball court, and it's a 2-court thing, so it's kind of a big square. And again, I'm working a little bit to keep up with him. Great. That's fantastic. That's what we want. So we're doing good there. I tried to get the video that you guys probably saw. I watched it on the camera. Didn't look like it did much, but we basically did a lap around the pump track and then went through the skate park to the basketball court and did a lap around that. I tried to get a video of just how he was doing. BMX camera angle, it just didn't work. But at that point, the park was pretty packed, so we had like one shot to try and do that, and it didn't work, so that's what I got. And we came home, and Amanda was off yesterday, and so we went grocery shopping. And then after we went grocery shopping, we came back, obviously put groceries up, ate lunch, took a shower, and I took a nap because I was up since 3 in the morning. So we get up again, we're gonna go race, right? So we get everything loaded up, we drive out to the track, and we're there a little early, no big deal. This is Hunter's first race. I've never been to a race, like entered anybody into a race. I've watched them. So don't know what to do, so I wouldn't be that early, that way we could figure everything out and whatever. Well, apparently Nationals was this weekend. So they're like, we don't know if we're actually going to race or not, but, you guys are welcome to ride and practice. Okay. So, we're just hanging out. Hunter's riding. We're kind of hanging out by the Jeep and just waiting to see what's going on. And then he did a few laps, and most of his stuff was towards the back of the track, or towards the beginning. We're by the finish line. So I couldn't really get any video there, just because it wouldn't have shown up very well anyway. So just hanging out, and I'm waiting for, races to start or him to get warmed up and actually do some proper, proper laps. Because he's working on everything that we worked at the skate park that morning. Well, at one point he decided he wanted to do a jump. So he found an opportunity closer to the finish line where he thought that he was going to do a jump. Now, I don't see him trying to do this jump, but I do see him hit the ground hard. But I see him hit the ground, and I see him, barrel roll around with the bike on him still. And slide for, 5 feet after that. And, then you just hear this scream. And we're all like, well, everyone else was like, oh, that sounded bad. I hope that's not our kid. Well, I watched it, so I was like, yep, that's our kid. So we go up there. By the time we get to the track, the track owner's already there with them, and Hunter's already up and riding away. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, kid's fine. Like, he fell, didn't expect it, whatever happened to hurt that bad. A little bit of shock for a second. He's fine, he's riding. Okay, so I walk back to the Jeep, and Amanda was still standing over there, and I notice Hunter goes over to around where Amanda is, and after a while, they're still over there. So I'm like, shoot, what's going on? Well, when he fell, he took his handlebars to his chest, more so like to his lower rib, like probably like right below his ribs, honestly. And I don't know at what part of that fall, roll, tumble, slide thing that happened, but it probably wasn't a very good spot for that to happen. So she'd already looked and didn't feel anything broken or major or nothing like that. So we said, all right, go try to ride it off. So he goes to the start gate and he goes, and one of the things that I was coaching him on a few minutes prior to the fall was trying to get more pedals in on the start gate when going down, because he was getting like 2.5, and it just wasn't enough speed to to carry on. So after that, he was doing like 3.5. Not much better, but slow improvements. And so I'm still like watching that, and he's doing like one pedal of that, half a pedal, no pedal. He only gone down twice, but it wasn't much pedaling. And then he's only doing the half lap again. And then after every lap, he's kind of standing before you walk up to the start gate. So finally he comes back, and his face is redder than it was before, and you can see the pain in his face. So we're looking at him again, and like the more we're looking at him, the more you can see that pain building up. So we're like, shoot. Obviously we didn't feel anything broken. We could be wrong, it could be a fracture or something, but there also could be something else going on. So we ended up taking him to the hospital, and we were there, and I had to go back to my car like right after we walked in. And by the time I come back, and it's like seconds, we're already getting pulled back. So pull him back, they check him out, he in his room, and luckily he's okay. We were there for a couple hours. They were monitoring him because he gave himself a medicine and whatnot, and after that he was fine. So we had to go home. So he's okay. Amanda had just left for work today. Checked in on him. She said that he feels good, but his wrist hurts. And I'm cool with that, because if ribs aren't hurting and stuff, that's fine. But wrist pain, I know a lot about wrist pains when it comes to bikes. I think we're good there. Now the problem, selfish problem, I didn't really get to ride much yesterday, and I haven't really ridden in a while, and I really want to ride. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to try and just hop up that thing a few times, see if I can get a little stall or a little grind or something on it. I have plastic pegs, so hopefully I can slide it a little bit. Just to see. I haven't really hidden it. Like, I built it and I haven't really ridden it since. So I think I'm going to see if I can make that happen. Alright, so I was just riding around here a little bit and trying to get a good run at it, and I couldn't get a good run, and part of it's because of the sand, and I noticed another part is it's just so bumpy that, like, with how short of a span, you can't get a good run because it's either super sandy or super bumpy. Well, I don't know if this is really going to help the sand issue, but it might help the bumpy issue. I'm considering making a tire drag. Alright, well, camera overheated for some reason, so I don't know if I missed anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this tire drag, see if it does anything at all. It's it's either gonna help do nothing or make it worse. It's gonna be a small 2-tire tire drag. I don't need a ton of width. And I'm trying to do this without having to go to the store for anything. So what I'm gonna use is just this little bolt that should be enough to go all the way through. Pick the two to go together, and then I think I'm just gonna run a recovery rope around the back of it and hope that that kind of stays where it needs to be. Alright, here's what I've come up with. The 2 tires together, they're bolted together, and then this is an old bicycle tire that is literally just sandwiched between the two with the bolt holding them together. And that's what I can put a chain or a rope around. I'm going to use this big old recovery rope, because that's what I have readily available, and drag it around. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully this is just enough weight. Like, I'm not looking to dig into the ground, I'm just looking to really move sand and remove any like big bumps. So hopefully this will be enough to do that. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll work. So I gotta go roll the hose up. I have an extension cord ran across that I was using as a fan. Gotta get all that out of the way, get the keys for the quad, and we'll see if it does anything. Alright, it's going to be a 2-handed operation. Alright, I just did a couple laps. It looks nicer, but it is all now a fine powder, which is the opposite of what I wanted, I think. So, just gonna get the bike out and see if it actually feels any better. The biggest spot I knew I was gonna struggle with was right here, because there was already a big sand pile that I had made trying to move stuff out by hand. So like this stuff is just raunchy. But let's get the bike out and see for sure. Oh man, what I would have killed for that to be a wide angle. Almost just broke my ankle. Like, not even kidding. Yeah, it's better. But, whew. Yeah, oh my gosh. That, I have a chip in my screen. That's annoying. Yeah, I just hit the ground pretty good. Usually I wear a helmet when I ride. If I'm just like riding in circles, not doing any tricks. Like when the boys are riding, just to help keep them motivated in riding, I don't. But if I do tricks, I usually wear a helmet. Totally should have there. Hey, my wife's calling. Hey, babe. What's up?
What did you do?
Just about broke my ankle like 2 minutes ago.
Do one?
Well, I attempted a 180 and I landed like super short, and yeah, that hurts.
Are you not at home?
No, I'm in the backyard.
Underwriting too?
No.
What else are you doing?
You can tell that like he loves riding. he had wanted to go put his bike away. Like unprompted. Like I didn't care that it was sitting there. And you see him like walk it outside, and you see him get on it and like hesitantly getting on it thinking it's gonna hurt, and then like riding on it. They're riding it back, and I don't know if it's because like the backyard just terrible ground or if he was hurting, but like you can tell that he's just like, I have to ride, like I want to ride. What's up? Hi, Howies.
Yeah, I see that. You look great.
It felt great. See, the scary part is, like as I turned, like the moment that I hurt my ankle, I heard a crunch. I don't know if the crunch was like just the rest of my body or the bike or in my head or my foot, but I heard a crunch.
Well, let's go get you a shower and then get something to eat, and we'll wrap your ankle and see how it does after that.
My foot, not my ankle. Alright, well it's been about a week since that fall. Basically I went in, took a shower, took a nap, thinking it was nothing. Like I didn't think it was anything was major had happened. I just thought I fell, getting old, hurt myself. Pain will go away in a little bit. Like, you know, when I've done this a million times before as a child. I slept for 2-3 hours and I woke up and still couldn't move my foot, still couldn't put pressure on it, still hurt very bad. So I told Amanda, I was like, hey, I think my foot's actually broken. I think I need to go get it checked out. Especially because this was Sunday and I had work the next day. But I'm kind of got to be on my feet all day. So I was like, if it's like this, there's no way I'm going to work. But I'm not about to call out of work because I have a broken foot, but I don't know for a fact that I have a broken foot, right? So we go to the hospital and get checked out, and it was only a sprain. I got a cool boot, got a week off of work, which was nice and terrible all at the same time because I don't like to sit at home and do nothing, especially because I couldn't do anything. So yeah. Like I said, it's about a week. Today's Saturday, so tomorrow would have been a week. I went to work once on Thursday. They were super busy. They really needed help. I was able to work, and then yesterday my foot was killing me again. So I took yesterday off, and I can walk. I can move around. It hurts. So this weekend I think I'm just gonna be taking it easy, and that's gonna be that. It was a very busy weekend last weekend though, shopping, trying to race, practice, 2 hospital trips. So, yeah, that's all that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.